Hey, Cool Gray. I'm in my dining room today. These are my acrylic pours that I've done to date, and today I'm ready to seal them for the first time. So I'm going to walk you through that process right along with me. It is a learning experience, so if I make any mistakes or learn any lessons along the way, you'll get the benefit of all of that as well. No extra charge. So here's what I'm using. It's Minwax Polycrylic Clear Gloss. I bought it on Amazon. I was told in some of the groups that I belong to, the artist groups that I belong to, that this is very low odor. I can use it in my house. I do have a large open floor plan, so that's working really well. It doesn't smell any stronger than house paint would smell. So that's a very good thing for, I have pets and toxicity issues, so I don't want to create any problems there. Plus the temperature is not ideal for using something like this either in my garage or in my backyard. So today I am sealing. Instructions say to stir very well, don't shake. You don't want bubbles in there, and I'm going to leave my little stirring stick in there because they want you to stir frequently as you go. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a thin layer on each of these using a little 2-inch synthetic brush lightly, and then I'm going to let it dry for 2 hours, come back and do a second coat. So I'm going to take you along with me. I'm going to hold the can in my hands because I love living dangerously. I've got these pieces up on little paper cups, bathroom sized paper cups. Maybe I can move this a little and put this right here. Here we go. Because I know there will be a little bit of drip, but I'm not going to be as sloppy as I am when I actually do my pours, where sloppy is celebrated. So today, I'm just going to go ahead and do a thin coat. And I'm going to use a light pressure on my brush and just get an even light coat on this piece. I am going to try to straighten my brush strokes because I don't know if there will be any when this dries. And I'm going to go around my edge as well. This actually does have a little bit of a scent. I don't find it unpleasant. It's not obnoxious by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm going to try to keep splatters down to a minimum. Now with a larger piece, this is a little bit larger than the one I was sealing just before this, so I'm going to go in both directions. Make sure I've spread that out nice and evenly. Hopefully this will fill in any non-leveled areas of the canvas where the paint didn't self-level, or there are little bits of canvas texture showing through. I want to get a nice kind of almost glassy feel to this when we're done. And when I come back and do my second coat, I'll go in the other direction. All right, I'm going to keep on going with this, and then we'll come back and show you what things look like close up when they're dry. So they're not dry yet. They're wet, actually. I just finished the first coat, but I wanted to let you see what the wet varnish looks like. And I do see some brush strokes now. I don't know if those are going to level out. Trying to actually intentionally get some glare in here from the light fixture so that you can see that. So one of the things I like about this is that once these pours dry, the paint gets very flat and it loses some of the amazing sheen, and like in this case, almost the three-dimensional depth. Doesn't it look to you like these pinks sit lower down than the white on top does? It certainly does to me. And that was lost when this piece dried, and now I have it back again, which makes me very happy. In this case, I dragged a stick through so you can see that there's some lower areas, so the terrain is not 100% even. And my hope is that with a second and possibly third coat, that the clear gloss will fill that in and give me a more even surface. I don't really want that much texture here, but you know what? If I end up with it, that is going to be okay with me, because nothing is a failure and everything is art. That's my creed and my motto and my all of that stuff. Okay, so there were videos on my sunflower, my fire sunflower, and my fire poppy. So if you'd like to watch how those were created, please check out those videos as well. And we'll be back. Actually, I think what I'll do is come back after a second coat has been applied and show you the difference there. So I'm getting ready to do my second coat, and I just wanted to show you how milky and cloudy this product is inside the jar. But again, don't feel like you need to shake it up, and don't feel like there's anything wrong. Just give it a gentle stir. Try not to stir up any air bubbles, and it will dry completely clear, so no need to worry about that. I do see some brush strokes in my first coat, and I did consider doing my second coat with a foam brush, but I am going in my opposite direction from where I see those strokes to begin with. And when I say that, I'm right now going in the same direction, and then I'm going to come back over with a very gentle brush stroke. I'm going a little bit heavier just to lay it on, because I want this product to get down. Thank you for the jangles, puppies. My dogs that love to photobomb my videos. I want to get this product down inside there. So now I'm just going to very lightly come back and forth. So my brush strokes on this coat will go in the opposite direction from the first coat. And again, I'm doing this for the first time, so I'm going to see right along with you how this actually turns out. Move this out of the way a little bit and get my sides. So I've let these sit overnight, and they're completely dry now. I am not loving, let's see if I can get it where you can see, there's some brush marks going this way and some brush marks going this way because of the way that I did my two coats, and that was intentional. I am not loving that texture showing up over these pieces. I know it's hard to see in some of these. I'm just, when you get kind of a light glare on, you can see kind of the cross hatching. It may not be showing up on video quite as much as it does actually. I do like the sheen. So what I've decided to do is to put, there's a really good, you can really see it here. I'm going to put one more coat on this, on each of these, and this time I am going to use a foam brush, just a little foam brush, and my hope is that that will smooth things out a little bit so that I don't get this kind of cross-hatching look and I get a smoother result. So we're going to go ahead and put that on, and let's check back in a little while and see how that looks. So I wanted to show you what this process actually looks like. Once again, a thin coat, but what I'm finding is, especially if moving quickly, this foam applicator seems to deposit more air bubbles than the brush did. So the brush seems to deliver more brush strokes, but this seems to deliver more air bubbles. So what I'm doing is I'm going in one direction, then I'm going in the other direction, and then to finish in my, what I'm doing, and again, this is my first time doing this, in my preferred direction, if I have to see a brush stroke, which way do I want to see it? You probably can't see these air bubbles, but there are a bunch of them. I'm just coming by with the lightest touch and going very slowly after I get my varnish distributed. That's going to take off some of the excess, and it seems to smooth out those air bubbles. Whoops. So I'm getting a smoother application. Okay, we're going to do this with the rest. Come back and see what it looks like when it's dry. Well, here's the final result. I'm actually trying to get as much glare as possible on here. So you can see we do still see some brush strokes. I do think they were softened a little bit, and I'm going to choose to be happy with these results. I really do like the gloss. I know not everybody does, but I'm a fan. I love, once again, the depth that I got back on some of these. These paintings really do look best when they're very wet and have just been poured. So all in all, I do think it's a great way to seal and finish your work, mostly because it's non-toxic. It can be done indoors. It doesn't smell, well, I can't really say it's non-toxic, but I don't feel that there's any risk to me or to my pets to do this inside, so I can work efficiently. Next step is going to be to prepare the backs of these paintings whenever you do a pour. This one's remarkably neat. Not all of them are so. Some of the backs of your paintings can get quite messy. So sometimes that's okay. Some people like to do that. I am going to finish mine with some brown paper and put some hanging hardware on here. So there'll be another video coming up on how I do that. And once again, I've been painting for 40 or more years, but I have never actually sealed or prepared my paintings for sale. So you're coming along with me on the journey. If you have any comments about this process or other ways that you do things in order to keep air bubbles out or brush strokes down, and you're also an artist, I would welcome your comments. Let's be a community. If you like any of these paintings and would like to have them in your home, you can certainly let me know about that. There's lots more coming very soon. If you liked this video, would you please do that? It would mean so much to me. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And check out some more videos. We do art and we do cooking around here, so check them both out. And I will see you next time.